All right, with Leo the Lion here. I think you feel like the nickname's picking up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just, I guess what it is, it's, you know, my name's Leo the Lion, so I guess it just kind of makes sense.
And so, like, we're in Monaco, 1500 tomorrow. Like, how long you been in town? I'm kind of curious because I'm actually in Europe myself for about 3 weeks, and just it's not easy to travel to all these races. And so maybe just talk a little bit before we talk about the race. Just, you know, how long you been here? Where you been before this?
Well, I just got into Monaco yesterday. Before then, I was in Teddington, and before then, I was in Paris. But I flew into Teddington, I guess, on Saturday right after Paris, or excuse me, the Sunday right after Paris. I've been in Teddington training and kind of gearing up for this race. Monday was really my last workout day, and then everything else is just kind of leading up to this Friday.
And you're unsponsored now, so is it harder just doing the travel and stuff, or is that still pretty easy?
You know, I've done pretty well, at least to cover all my travel expenses within my races. So, you know, I'm doing okay. I'm fine. You know, of course, it's always nice to have a little extra cash in your pocket, but it's not bad.
And are you able to separate the racing from the sponsorship? It seems like you've done a pretty good job with it.
I think, yeah. I mean, there's really not too much different except for that you would be wearing somebody else's logo or somebody else's jersey. But all in all, I mean, it's the same people I'm competing against, the same competitors, so it's not too much different.
All right, let's talk about the 1500 tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Then we got Kiprop. You know, Centrowitz is in there. It's a pretty good field, right?
It's a very solid field. Everybody's gone 3:33 or faster. I'm really excited that Nick Symmonds is going to get to race. We've kind of talked about him and I racing together in 1,000, so this would be kind of like the closest to that 1,000 we would ever be racing. But very solid field, and it's going to be a great race. Every time I race here, everybody's running super fast, so I'm hoping for a very fast time.
I mean, are you more focused on? You ever think I don't want a PR today?
Oh yeah, I haven't PR'd since 2010. So if I get a PR, I mean, that's definitely the goal. But if I get a PR here, I'm going to be really stoked.
Would you rather do win or PR and get second?
Both.
Can't trick you like that.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of, I guess, with Paris, you had the pressure of getting the standard.
Yeah.
Now you're on the team, you got the A standard. Is this just kind of like a bonus run, or do you have objectives?
You know, I mean, it's a really big treat to get to come to Monaco. As you've probably seen, just the scene and just the views from the hotel. And then once you get to the track, I mean, that's kind of a treat itself. They treat you really well here. You're almost kind of like royalty, I would think. But it's a great meet. It's a great treat to be here, and I'm just really excited to race. I feel like there's no pressure. The only, if any pressure, is just the pressure to go out there, have fun, and enjoy myself and run fast.
And this is it before Worlds?
No, I'm actually going to be doing the Imsley Car Mile in London, and that'll be next week on Saturday.
And then we go from back, stay in Teddington, then fly over to Worlds?
Yes.
Did you come over right after Paris?
What was that?
You came over before Paris? Was that your first? Oh, you ran in France, right?
Yes, sir. So I ran at USA. I ran at USA's. I think it was like the last day was the 22nd or 23rd, and then I was back in Austin literally for 2 or 3 days, and then just hopped on a plane and I raced in Nancy, France, and then from Nancy, France, I ran in Paris. So it's just been kind of go right after USA's.
In terms of training, who are you training with over here?
You know, as of right now, I've been kind of on my own. I've had some help from the Pace Sports Group, or with my agent's company, and but I'm here in about I guess in a couple of days. My teammate's going to come help me out, so we're going to be working together here in London. His name is Duncan.
Oh, Duncan's coming over.
Yeah.
Forgot what I thought of something when you were saying that about don't know what I was thinking. Something about the sponsor. Oh, having the silver medal now. Like in the program, it's like, or in the media, they kind of break down each race. And it's like, this race has a stellar field. It's got the Olympic champion, Olympic silver medalist. Have you noticed, a different reaction from anybody kind of at these meets? Do you have a little more higher profile?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that anytime that you win a medal, it doesn't really matter in what event. I mean, I guess every event is kind of categorized just a little different, but I mean, the 1500 is definitely one of the top events out there, and having a medal in that particular event, I think it definitely raises some eyebrows, and it raises, I guess, there's some people. It definitely gives you a lot more exposure, and people get to know you a little more.
Where do you keep the medal?
It's at my house, in an undisclosed location.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
I always hear these horror stories about people's homes getting breaking in and the medals.
Oh, I don't think anybody's gonna find this one.
All right, you got it hidden. That's well. I guess real quickly, kind of having Nick's your roommate. You said here.
Yeah.
Do you guys talk at all about the race, or is it more kind of friendly banter, or?
I think it's at this point, him and I have a very good friendship. We got to train in Mexico, and it's kind of like we've been kind of traveling together for a while now. There's a good chance, we're racing here, and then I'm sure there's a good chance in the future we'll be racing kind of in the near future as well. Not sure just 1500s or maybe 8s or maybe 1000, but we have a very good friendly rivalry going on. So.
When you have the other Americans in the race, does that change it a bit, just because familiar faces?
I
or you try to key off them at all?
It's great. I think it's great that we have more Americans on the scene. Just going out there and trying to be the best and show people that we are the best, and really just going in every weekend and trying to prove it. I think that's what it's all about.
Have you heard anything about pacing for tomorrow?
I suppose it's going to be very fast. I think they want to go 150, 152, I think, faster. So it's going to be good.
So when you hear that, what do you? Usually you don't go right on, or are you going to go right with that, or?
The thing about these races is when you're on the track, it seems to string out. I mean, it really strings out. So the chances of being boxed in and just all that stuff kind of just go away. So you're just on the track and you're just trying. It's almost like laser focus on whoever's right in front of you. And the only thought that comes to your head is just kind of relax, get through this first 800, and then we're going to start working with on the second lap. So that's pretty much it.
I mean, do you have a goal pace for 800, or?
If anything, I would like to come through about 153 or 154. I think that would be perfect. If I could be within the top 4 or 5 during the first 800, that would be even better. But I'll take 153, 154, and then just kind of go from there.
Where do you think that puts you up at the end? I mean, you want to kind of reveal what? Do you have a time? We all kind of set limits for ourselves, right?
Right.
Is there a time in your head that you think that's the best I could run right now, or you try not to think like that?
I try not to. I try to take every race kind of on its own. And I mean, of course, every race is different, and every time I step onto the track or on the line, it's like the first time every time. I mean, the nerves never go away. It's something you can kind of control, but it's always like the first time. I don't really have a particular time. I think every race, whether I race here tomorrow or whether I race in London, every time that I step on the track, the chances of me feeling better one day or a little worse another day are going to be totally different.
All right, thanks.